beautiful. If you're feeling at all cabin fever, come here. The tulips are in bloom. It smells beautiful. They're going to have a wedding here in about an hour, so it's just a lovely place to be. Unfortunately, though, outside, not the same story. Tonight it is going to freeze, and you'll want to cover your plants if you have plants in bloom outside. At Bachman's Florist, they are taking all of their delicate flowers and putting them inside for the night. Experts say that your perennials, your tulips, some of them can actually survive this cold weather. The ones that are in bloom, though, you might want to cover those up. A lot of people were out shopping today for flowers, hoping to coax the season along.
I'm a little anxious for spring. I tried it 2 weeks ago, and I've already killed a couple plants, but it was worth it to get back in here and get going on this. The color helps. Gets me in a good mood.
And she is one of the lucky ones being in a good mood, and tonight at 6 you will hear from Twin Cities radio personality Barbara Carlson, who talked to a lot of Twin Cityans on the radio this morning who are just sick and tired of this long winter.
I'll bet Barbara's pretty sick and tired of it, too, knowing Barbara.
Yeah, but she wouldn't say anything about it if she was.
Susan Jones coming to us live from St. Paul. Thank you, Susan. A little breath of spring right there. Many parts of the state even set record snowfall totals with all the snow.
But now it is time to start thinking about more severe weather. Even than that, Dave Dell's in the Weather Center 5 with details on that. David.
Yes, we are. Randy and Wendy, actually, the beginning of spring means the beginning of tornado season. And as a meteorologist, I've spent 19 years studying tornadoes, and the best way to learn about them is to hit the road and chase one down.
So the low-level jets down here over the Bruceville, Missouri.
What we're looking for is a two-day event. We're looking for it today and then again tomorrow.
Right.
The timing is so critical. The earlier in the day is when you usually get your maximum heating. We're just not getting it here.
Wow. Baseball-sized hail. That is unbelievable.
This is going to be good. Those are the ones that may do it for us. Did you see that lightning bolt? We can probably still catch up to that. Maybe we should chase this one. We were just in 30-mile-an-hour winds, and now there's no wind at all. It's going straight up. We're right underneath. Fran, see that piece going straight up? This is it, man. This is it. Feel that inflow. All of a sudden, let's get into it. Tornado warning, Fulton County.
Right where we are. Right in the
Tornado warning for our county. We're right in it.
Oh, look at the spin now. On the bottom of those. Look at it.
Yeah, I know it. They're really whipping up. This is what I'm talking about spinning. That's the wall cloud, and it's following right in behind it. But the whole thing is rotating. This cell that's south of us actually is weakening. That's it. Boy, that's a beautiful sunset. Jeez. Well, doggone it, we came close. We were about as close as we could be. The only tornado warning issued. Yes, we got close, but the following day in Springfield, Illinois, we got more than close. We actually put ourselves directly in the path of a tornado. It's coming right this way. It's trailing behind the major thunderstorm to the right. This has got major debris on the ground. This thing is going to do big damage. Incredible pictures you won't want to miss. Tune in tonight at 10 for Trapped by a Tornado. It's an Eyewitness News exclusive. And that tornado you just saw later hit the town of Decatur, Illinois. And coming up at 6, I'll show you unbelievable destruction that it caused there.
Dave, that had to be one of the most exciting things you've ever been through.
It was. It was the closest I've ever been to a tornado, and it was something that I've always wanted to do, and I had the chance to do it.
We're glad you're back safe, though. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we think only one good reason to miss the month of February. This last February, the prices of a gallon of gas were 15 cents cheaper than they are right now today.
Channel 5's Michael Gargiulo joins us live in St. Paul. Mike, this is the highest spring gas prices have been in about 12 years.
Yes, and the best part, Wendy, is it still feels like February, so it's deja vu all over again. The important question here is, why are these prices going so high when the summer driving period hasn't even started yet? Look at the sign there, $1.29. That's causing a lot of consternation here at pumps around the Twin Cities. The good news is the prices that you're going to pay are not going to go much higher than they are right now. The bad news is that the increases we've seen so far are really starting to add up. Let's take a look at how prices have gone up. On February 9th, the average price for a gallon of unleaded gasoline was $1.13. By March 22nd, that had risen to $1.20, and this week it peaked at $1.28. This is the highest gas prices have been at this time of the year since 1984, and it is so high that some drivers are re-examining their suddenly expensive habits.
I got a 72 El Camino, and I get about 7-8 miles to the gallon, and I'm noticing that I'm gassing up every other day. It's really, I can see the effect the gas prices increase has caused to me. Substantial more money for me. It's like I don't drive it as much as I used to now.
And coming up at 6:30, what we did, Randy and Wendy, was plot out some of the most popular trips people take from the Twin Cities to other destinations. And we're going to show you exactly how much more it's going to cost you. And even though it may not seem like a lot of money for each particular trip, you add that up over the cost of the summer, and it's quite a decent amount of money.
Well, and once again, Michael, we can blame a long winter for some of this in part, huh?
We sure can, because the refineries made heating oil instead of gasoline because of the cold weather, and now there's a relative shortage of gasoline, and that's driven prices up before the time when prices normally get up to their highest levels during the year.
Michael Gardullo, live in St. Paul. Thanks, Michael.
In other news tonight, the iced tea scare is spreading to Minnesota this evening. As a precaution, Walgreens is pulling all Lipton bottled tea from its shelves. The action began yesterday when a woman became ill in Chicago after drinking Lipton tea purchased at Walgreens. Police then found more tainted bottles in that very same store. There is no word on the source of that contamination. Lipton iced tea is being pulled in 8 states, including Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, and North Dakota. It is the world's worst nuclear accident.
Still ahead on Live at 5, it happened on the other side of the globe, but the Chernobyl anniversary hits home for these Minnesotans.
Startling new information on how strong pot is in the 90s and why some parents cannot talk to their kids about it.
Plus, see why it's snowing in the Twin Cities, but this white stuff will not melt.
But first, there's a live look at your Friday rush hour commute from our traffic management cameras. There's Highway 62 and Highway 100. Not bad this evening, and 62 in Tracy. Have a great night. We'll be right back.
It took sparks of imagination, technology, and engineering to build the car that would best the Honda Accord. The result? Chrysler Cirrus. With more horsepower, more standard features like air and ABS, and more passenger and cargo space. When you set a new standard, you expect a reaction. And when you're priced thousands less than a comparably equipped Honda Accord, you're sure to get one.
Customer service is extremely important at Bachman's. Our customers count on that and to have good selection and variety.
Make yourselves comfortable on Hanson Casual Furniture. It's Minnesota-made by Homecrest. These sturdy pieces are now 30% off. Or you can be sitting pretty in Bachman's collection of wooded casual furniture. We have the largest selection in town at 35% off.
Every customer is important at Bachman's.
These guys are persistent.
Well, they're no match for the world's first sport utility wagon.
Oh, really?
All-wheel drive Subaru Outback's got more headroom than a Cherokee. The ground clearance of an Explorer.
So you said.
Rides smooth as any car.
Got any more of this tidbit?
What, like more stability in a turn than a Chevy Blazer?
Sure, that'll do.
That's my Subaru Outback. World's first sport utility wagon.
This Eyewitness News weather report is brought to you by PetSmart. Which store has the lower priced pet supplies? Our secret informants tell all.
Eukanuba Original at Pet Food Warehouse, $9.79. The PetSmart price, $8.69. That's a savings of $1.10. Iams Dog Food, Pet Food Warehouse, $15.99. PetSmart, $13.69. That's a savings of $2.30 a bag.
Case closed. PetSmart has lower prices than the competition and a whole lot more. Next week's expose, sausage snatchers.
They are the most important natural resource, I think, that we've got.
Well, he is talking about trees, and the ones being planted in Edina for Arbor Day will probably outlive our children's children. The average lifespan of these saplings, 150 Dave, to 300 years.
Wow, 300 years?
Slightly older than I expect to get.
Amazing.
That's nice. It's nice to know that we're going to have those trees around for that long.
Somebody will see that.
Yes. We do have some cool weather going out here in Minnesota, but it's much cooler up north. The northern part of the state still has snow on the ground, and their temperatures stayed in the 30s. Out there right now here in the Twin Cities, our temp under a sunny sky is at 46. We did top out, I believe, at 47 last hour. The dew point now at 15, so it's very dry air. 28% for the relative humidity, and a northwest wind, kind of gusty, up to 23 miles per hour. And that dry air is trying to keep all the moisture away from us. But, you know, this is Severe Weather Awareness Week, and this is the last day. And the last day we're going to talk about flooding. Flooding frequency. Flash flooding occurs across Minnesota in many areas, but some of the areas that are hit more often, every 4 years, these counties that are in green actually have at least one flash flood. And we have to watch out. Flash floods are very, very dangerous events, and we've had several of them right here in the Twin Cities area by getting anywhere from 4 to 10 inches of rain in a very short period of time. And, of course, that causes that flash flooding. Out to the west, nothing like that. Some scattered light showers right now in the central Dakotas from Bismarck southward down through Pierre. The moisture that was trying to work its way into western Minnesota dried up. We have some very dry air over us, and I think that's going to be the situation all weekend long. It's going to keep our sky mostly sunny, I think. Saturday, maybe into Sunday, we may catch a shower or two. 46 right here in the metro now. We've dropped a degree in the last hour. Only in the upper 40s in the eastern parts of the Dakotas, but there's that cool air that I was talking about. They still have anywhere from 4 to 6 inches of snow on the ground. International Falls at an even 32 degrees. Overnight tonight, then, our low temperature dropping down below the freezing point. The wind is going to settle down a bit. I think we're going to go almost calm tonight, and with a clear sky, that's going to set us up for a cool night. Some scattered showers way out there to the west, but I don't think, as I said, it'll arrive here in the Twin Cities. The Weather Center 5 forecast for overnight tonight then calls for a mostly clear but cold night, low down to 28, a northwest wind diminishing down to 5 to 10. Tomorrow then, we're going to have a mostly sunny sky, I think, throughout the day. An east wind at 5 to 15, and we should warm up to about 58 degrees. That's much warmer than what we were today. 58 again on Sunday, some scattered light showers then. 54 Monday, but back into the 60s Tuesday and Wednesday. A nice little warm-up, and our average high now, I think, is about 63. Now, it was weather school day today, and I went out to Chanhassen Elementary. What a great group of sixth graders. They had not had their weather section yet, but they're going to start studying weather, and they knew just about everything that I was throwing at them. A very good group of sixth graders. I was real happy to be out there with that group today in Chanhassen.
I was in a grocery store the other day, and there was like a 15-year-old girl who was telling her mother, Mom, it's Tornado Awareness Week this week. That's right. I mean, they're all understanding this.
That's good.
It's catching on.
Yep.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Well, the weather this week really makes it feel like Christmas is on the way. It may even look like the holidays if you're in parts of St. Paul. But don't believe everything you see. These wintry scenes are all Hollywood as filming of Arnold Schwarzenegger's movie Jingle All the Way continues. Is that him running down the street?
Arnold dashing through the cars.
Looks great.
New peace in the Middle East.
Ahead on Live at 5, warring parties in Israel and Palestine put down their weapons, but can it stop the recent bloodshed?
And the bidding skyrockets for the last day of this historic auction.
But first, here's a live look from our St. Paul Tower Cam. Live at 5 is coming right back.
Dodge Ram is #1 in resale versus Ford, Chevy, and GMC. #1 in horsepower. #1 in torque. Even #1 in payload and overall power. In fact, Dodge Ram is #1 in more categories than any full-size pickup. So it should come as no surprise that across America, Dodge pickups are #1 in sales growth. Now get up to $570 in savings on the hottest truck on the road today, Dodge Ram.
60,000 felons and fugitives tried to buy handguns but couldn't because President Clinton passed the Brady Bill. 5-day waits, background checks. But Dolan Gingrich voted no. 100,000 new police because President Clinton delivered. Dolan Gingrich, vote no. Want to repeal them. Strengthen school anti-drug programs. President Clinton did it. Dolan Gingrich, no again. Their old ways don't work. President Clinton's plan. The new way, meeting our challenges, protecting our values.
Dijon mustard is alone no more. Introducing Grand Leon Bordeaux ketchup. Grand Leon. It is to ketchup lovers what Dijon is to mustard. A rich blend of lush red-ripe tomatoes, selected herbs and spices, and a splash of Bordeaux wine. Grand Leon Bordeaux ketchup. For richer and richer, forever and ever. Grand Leon Bordeaux ketchup. Ketchup with a French accent.
If a customer could have any kind of conversion van, what do you think it would be?
I think they'd get a StarCraft.
And what do you think they'd like on it for equipment?
I think they'd like a lot, like a powerful V8 engine, rear air conditioning and heating systems, colored television set, VCR, fiberglass running boards, and much more.
Well, then, like that's got to be at least $500-600 a month.
Under 4.
Under 4?
Actually, under 3. Just $269 a month.
That sounds almost too good to be true.
It's not too good to be true. It's too good to pass up.
Here at the White Bear Lake Superstore.
If you're just getting home, here's the latest on tonight's top stories. Bottles of Lipton iced tea are being pulled from Minnesota store shelves this evening. This comes after a Chicago woman became ill after drinking a tainted bottle bought at a Walgreens store. Minneapolis police may have the wrong man in custody for the murder of a 17-year-old girl. Police say they may have to release the suspect tomorrow because of a lack of evidence. 2 Georgia men are behind bars. This is the first video of them for allegedly building a series of pipe bombs. You're looking at, as I said, the first pictures of Robert Edward Starr and James McCrane. Federal agents believe the men belong to a militia, but deny reports that they plotted to bomb locations at this summer's Olympic Games in Atlanta.
Well, tonight, Minnesotans are remembering the world's worst nuclear accident. On this 10th anniversary of the Chernobyl disaster, Minnesotans gather in downtown Minneapolis in front of the NSP headquarters. Greenpeace members are remembering the millions affected by the disaster. They say it's time to phase out nuclear power.
We need to tell the corporations and the government that are forcing nuclear power energy on this world that we won't accept it.
Minnesotans also collected items to donate to children of Chernobyl, including over-the-counter medications.
And on the site of the world's worst nuclear accident, a solemn ceremony of remembrance. Workers at that Ukrainian nuclear plant and relatives of victims paid tribute to those who died there 10 years ago to the hour of that blast. The 32 people immediately killed in the explosion were also remembered today in Moscow, where they were buried in lead coffins to protect the earth from radiation. Thousands more have since died from the effects of radiation.
Well, there's tentative peace between Israel and the Hezbollah forces in southern Lebanon tonight. A ceasefire will go into effect tomorrow morning, replacing rocket and artillery fire of the last 2 weeks. The deal was sealed with the help of U.S. Secretary of State Warren Christopher. While it's a positive move in the right direction, Christopher says the ceasefire is not a substitute for lasting peace. Well, better late than never. With a stroke of his pen, President Clinton signs a budget today for a fiscal year that's now half over. Republicans are claiming credit for cutting the initial White House request by $30 billion, but Democrats are pleased to have fought off deep cuts in education, employment, and environmental programs.
The rich are getting poorer while trying to own a piece of Camelot. In New York, anything goes for anything. Kennedy. Auctioneers at Sotheby's have found they're making history as well as selling it. Today is the last day of the big auction of Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis's possessions.
You know, acne isn't a problem just for teenagers these days.
Coming up in our Health Watch, surprising new information on why adult pimple problems can be more than skin deep.
Plus, your health and travel. See how to keep other people from making you sick on a trip.
But first, here's a live look from our Minneapolis Tower Cam, The Ride Home. We'll be right back.
You're watching Channel 5 Eyewitness News, live at 5.
Let's go for a drive in a brand new Buick.
And you can do it for a lot less than you think during Buick's Go for the Green. Drive the one-of-a-kind Riviera for a remarkable $399 per month, or the elegant Park Avenue for just $379 per month.
These guys are putting up some great numbers.
And get ready for this. The all-new LeSabre, the first of the 97s for just $349 per month. So go for the green at your Buick dealer today.
I got it all warmed up for you.
All this week, Kohl's is having their birthday sale. And it all ends this Saturday with a Super Saturday sale. It's your last chance to get 92 pages of savings on your favorite brands at Kohl's, plus 8 new Super Saturday pages. That's 100 pages of the lowest prices of the season. Saturday only from 8 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. Get the lowest prices of the season this Super Saturday, only at Kohl's.
This is a great time to call 1-800-432-TRIP for your free Wisconsin vacation guide. Wisconsin, these are the days.
It's almost over. A sale so big, a sale of such magnitude, it's legendary. Slumberland's legendary sale. Here's your chance to claim historic price cuts on brand-name mattresses, sofas, recliners, everything. Even the timeless quality of oak, like this complete oak entertainment center. Made in America, fully assembled, just $6.99. Legendary savings on bookcases, computer workstations, bedrooms, and much more. Get to the legendary sale before Tuesday at 9 p.m. only at Slumberland Furniture. It's legendary.
We save you. money at 427-1120. Courtesy Ford, Coon Rapids. See the Courtesy Ford Outdoor Show all this week with the latest boats, fishing, hunting, and camping gear on the lot. Saturday only, meet Tom Miranda of ESPN's Tom Miranda's Outdoor Adventure Magazine. Seminars with Tom at 11 and 3. Fishing rods, reels, and cooler giveaways every hour. Grand prize, a 14-foot Princecraft equipped boat and trailer, or a Coleman tent and camping set. And drive a 96 Ranger Super Cat XLT, $143 a month lease, or $12,476. Courtesy Ford, Coon Rapids, 427-1120.
New information tonight on a revolutionary lung procedure.
Lung volume reduction offers new hope to more than 30,000 Minnesotans with emphysema. A new study confirms this surgery works. It allows emphysema patients to breathe normally. Also this week, Medicare has agreed to cover the costly operation. You may recall Channel 5 brought you the story last year of the first Minnesotan to have this surgery. She says it's really given her life back. Right now in Minnesota, the lung reduction is done at the United Hospital, the University of Minnesota, and the Mayo Clinic. Well, the latest figures show that lung cancer still kills more people than any other cancer. New research also shows that black men have the highest rate of cancer and cancer deaths than any other racial or ethnic group. Prostate and lung cancer are the most prevalent among all men. New hope tonight for Minnesota men and women with cancer. A new drug will help them fight life-threatening infections. Chemotherapy kills cancer cells, but it also makes cancer patients vulnerable to deadly infections. A new medication called Abelset fights off these infections when conventional treatments fail. Doctors say for those with fungal infections, this drug can make the difference of life and death.
We have advanced one step closer to being able to control the rising tide of fungal infections in the immunocompromised patient.
Abelset also reduces the risk of kidney damage.
And if you're a parent, there's a new marijuana study you should be aware of. Experts say marijuana is stronger than it used to be, and parents should tell their kids not to use it, obviously. However, experts admit this could be difficult for baby boomers who smoked marijuana themselves in their younger days. Channel 5 has important health information you should know if you're making your summer vacation plans. Even at the most popular resorts, don't forget to take health precautions. You might bring non-aspirin to reduce your risk of bleeding, especially if you're at a place where the blood supply maybe isn't screened for hepatitis A. Hepatitis A could pose a great risk to you and your family. It's totally preventable with a vaccine shot before you ever leave on vacation.
Making sure your booster for tetanus is up to date. Thinking of food and water precautions to prevent diarrhea.
Travel experts say it's still not a good idea to drink the water outside the United States. This includes vacations in the Caribbean.
You might be surprised to learn that an increasing number of adult women have acne. In fact, as many as half of all adult women have some form of acne. And the problem can be more than skin deep. It can really affect your self-esteem. Well, now women have a new prescription, an acne treatment, which is specifically designed for adult women. It's called Azelix. Experts say the medicated cream is safe and effective even under makeup. Tonight, ABC's 2020 talks about a sensitive subject of concern to many women. It's a stunningly candid conversation with women about the size and shape of their breasts and how it's linked to self-esteem. More women than you think are unhappy with the image they see and how they relate to people.
A man said to me in my office, "Where's your breast?" Just a grown man was in his 70s.
How do you respond to that?
I laugh. Yeah, and I just shrug it off and...
Do you shrug it off as well?
Oh, no.
That's 2020 tonight at 9 o'clock right here on Channel 5.
How would you like to win a shopping spree at the Mall of America?
Next on Live at 5, meet a Florida man with 10 grand in his pocket and 30 minutes to spend it.
Coming up on World News tonight, the United States helps to put together a ceasefire which ends 16 days of fighting between Israel and Islamic militants in Lebanon. The 6-year-old charged with attempted murder, will he stay in prison? And our person of the week.
Closed captioning of Eyewitness News is sponsored by Alina Health System.
All this week, Kohl's is having their birthday sale. And it all ends this Saturday with a Super Saturday sale. It's your last chance to get 92 pages of savings on your favorite brands at Kohl's, plus 8 new Super Saturday pages. That's 100 pages of the lowest prices of the season. Saturday only from 8 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. Get the lowest prices of the season this Super Saturday, only at Kohl's.
drive DeVille is now better than ever with the North Star system. Which means if you're looking for more power and control in your life, now's the perfect time to trade up to a new DeVille. Now just $469 a month with $26.75 down. You won't be the only one. See your Greater Minnesota Cadillac dealers today.
The Home Depot's now open. What's it like?
It's definitely more than a store.
It's one big, beautiful building.
We have a little store mentality. We take care of our customers.
Everybody's pumped up and they're excited.
It's a lot of fun.
It's fun just to go there and look, because we got everything. Products for every price range.
Great selection. We've got the lowest prices. We've got the product. We've got the price. We will definitely take care of you. It's the place to shop. Let's go to Home Depot today, kids.
The Home Depot, now open in Maplewood and Fridley.
When you change everything and break the rules, you can expect a reaction. We sure got one. 4 Dodge nameplates were just named Consumers Digest Best Buys. So we're celebrating with savings on this Best Buy, Dodge Neon. With more standard horsepower than Cavalier, Escort, and Civic, Neon also has a lower starting price, even before $1,000 cash back or 1.9% financing. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
World News Tonight, next on Channel 5.
First, let's get a preview of stories coming up tonight on Eyewitness News at 6. Chris Canagla is in the newsroom.
Wendy and Randy coming up tonight at 6. Their mother was shot and killed by a farmer. Now these 3 bear cubs may be headed for animal research. And you have probably heard Arnold Schwarzenegger's in town making a movie, but you probably have not heard that he is headed back to college next month. And we'll tell you what that is all about. These stories and much more in just half an hour. See you then.
All right, Chris, thanks.
All right, on your mark, get set, shop. It was Gregory Lengsfield's day today, band and all. When else do you get a chance to spend $10,000 in 30 minutes at a mega mall? The St. Paul man who won the Shop to Win sweepstakes, he was on vacation at the time in Florida when he found out. So what's he going to do now?
Oh, I think I'll come right back to Mall America and spend some more.
The final tally, he walked away with $10,208.47 worth of goods. He'll have to write a check for the extra, I guess.
Oh, we ought to just throw that in, don't you think?
I think so.
Kind of like going to Disney World or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was going to say, but Mega Mall is just as good. Well, almost. We are expecting to see the sky stay mostly clear overnight tonight. That's going to mean a cool overnight low down to 28. Northwest wind at about 5 to 10. Tomorrow, some sunshine, but chilled sunshine. Not quite up to average, up to about 58 degrees. That's 10 degrees warmer than what our high was today. We topped out at 48. An east breeze tomorrow at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. And, of course, coming up at 6 and 10 tonight, the rest of the story. And as you look ahead here, Sunday, some scattered showers. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, it warms up mid-60s. But what I was talking about at 6 and 10, we're going to talk about the rest of the story. The chase we showed you, trapped by a tornado tonight. 6, we're going to show you the damage that those tornadoes caused, especially in Decatur, Illinois. And then at 10 tonight, the catch of the actual tornado. And we learned a lot from this chase. It wasn't just something we did frivolously, but we actually learned a lot. And hopefully throughout the summer, we're going to be able to tell you a little bit about what we learned about tornadoes.
And that really was the whole idea.
That exactly. Yeah.
Thanks, Dave.
All right.
That wraps up this edition of Live at 5. Thanks for watching tonight.
Stay tuned for World News Tonight coming up in just a couple seconds, and more local news heading your way at 6 o'clock. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.
On World News Tonight, ceasefire in the Middle East. Israel and the Party of God in Lebanon pledge not to target civilians.